Set your alarm, earns you hungry.
How long y'all gonna keep gluing shit to y'all head, bruh? How many years? How many, dog?
Prospects, they decline and get worse over time. But they don't know this, but they will find out. Anyway, this girl is kind of representing what I'm talking about. Let's listen to what she has to say.
And I don't know about y'all, but I'm just not competing for a man. Like, it gets to a point where you just have to realize, like, you're not his first choice, babe. And that's it. And that's really all.
But that shit go the other way around too. How many women got a dude that dude was her first choice? You know what I'm saying? I be thinking about that. How many people are each other's first choice? Who really gets their first choice, bruh? Does anybody really get their first choice? Or do we just fall in line with what we can get? You know what I'm saying? We make the best out of what's presented to us.
Closure that you need to be able to, like, move on and find somebody that's for you. Because if that person really was for you, you wouldn't have to chase them. You wouldn't have to be trying to compete with somebody else. I've always sworn by the statement of, if it's between me and another person, choose them. Because 10 times out of 10, you're never going to be satisfied with me if you are interested in somebody else. If there even is somebody else in the picture when you're messing with or talking to me, I just feel like, what is the point? Like, I'm not about to chase you. I'm not about to be competing for you. I'm not about to be trying to prove my worth.
Girls say that, but then they have a roster themselves that the dude they messing with is competing with. You know what I'm saying? Girls be so ready for you to get rid of all your options while they hold on to theirs. They got a whole roster. Bro, these girls got rosters, dog. What you mean compete? You have a roster, shawty. When I don't have your attention, another dude does. But you want me to get rid of all my options, all my girls, my catalog, and then say I do that, and now you have my full attention. Well, then you're not gonna want it no more. My attention is not gonna matter. And then I'm gonna start getting the cold shoulder, distance, while you over there entertaining another nigga. And I done got rid of my roster because I wanted to prove to you that I was only about you, that you were my best option. That's just how that shit go, man. That's what these girls want you to do. They want you to get rid of all your options, but they want to keep all of theirs. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks that it has to be like that. It would be nice if I could just have all of your attention and you could just have all of mine, and there was no other distractions or options. But we know these girls, they keep a roster, bro. They crave attention. They have to have it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you gotta think, what got her there in the first place? Because she saw that you was that. She saw that you was pre-selected by other girls. The other girls already did the hard work of proving that he's worth my time. He's worth my attention. So she wanted to come see for herself. That's what got her there in the first place. So why then would I get rid of my roster, my options, if that's what even got your attention in the first place? I don't know, man.
To you, or trying to make you feel like why I'm the better choice or better option. Like, I'm not doing that. I just feel like we too grown for that, and I know my worth. And when it gets to the point of y'all be coming to another girl as a woman, going woman to woman, and be trying to fight over the dude, when at the end of the day, he's still gonna mess with both of y'all. Or he might not mess with either of y'all. And you did all that, exerted all that energy for no reason. So it's just like, for me, all that chasing and all that begging and all that competing, that just doesn't align with my worth and who I am as a person. So if it ever gets to that point to where it's looking like a guy is confused about me, or he don't know if it's really me that he want, I just end up leaving because I don't got time.
Yeah, you don't have time for what you want in life. It's so funny to me because women won't say this about anything else in life but men. Oh, I'm not going to compete for this. If it's between me and someone else, choose them. Would you do that for an apartment? Would you do that for a car? Would you do that for a job? Oh, if it's between me and another candidate, choose the other candidate. You wouldn't do that. You want to outcompete the candidate for a job. You want to outcompete people for an apartment. Because nowadays, there's apartment scarcity. So, a lot of people, and I've seen this as a realtor, people be fighting to get apartments. Okay? They be fighting to get houses. They be, this is why there be bidding wars for houses. Why do you think bidding wars happen? These are people that have money. They could afford to buy a house, but they want this particular house. And they're competing for that house because other people want that house. The reality of it is, anything that's worth having is worth fighting for. She assumes that if it's worth having, she's entitled to it. You see how confusing women are? Oh, if it's worth it, it should be given to me. If it's for me, it should just fall in my lap. Who the hell told you that?
She even got that sleepy, droopy look in her eyes.
Why are men this unique thing that if it's valuable, they're just handed over to you?
But look, this goes back to she says one thing, but she'll do another thing. But she'll crash out for that one dude that she really want. Even if she see that he got other females, right? She'll do it, man. You know what I'm saying? You see how these women be crashing out for Duke Dennis, bro? You see how these women be blowing their whole check to take a picture with Chris Brown? Like, come on, bro.
Right? You want a man to work for you. You don't want a man to smash on the first night. What if a man told you, oh, well, if she's worth it, if she's for me, she's going to let me hit it the first night. Well, you would think that's ridiculous, right? But that's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. You sound like, oh, I don't have to compete. You're not competing for a man. But again, you compete for everything else. Life, you know why the competition exists? And I don't think women understand. Competition exists because resources are scarce. Competition just doesn't exist because, you believe there's one man for every woman. No, there's not. There's a lot less dateable men than there are women. Women want the top 20% of men. 80% of women want the top 20% of men, but you don't want to compete. If he's valuable, he already appeals to 80% of women. So what are you talking about? You try to shame men for having an abundance. Why are you shaming me that I have options? Oh yeah, you just want me. Now I get what you're saying. You're trying to say that you want to be so valuable, a man will pick you out of a lineup. But you know how you do that? By competing. By going to the gym. By being better than the next girl. You just want to naturally, inherently be better than her. It's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Oh, you're not his first choice. It's okay to be someone's first choice, but you got to earn that.
And not even just that, but say her best option fell into her lap based off the set of standards that she has, right? Without her competing, right? Say that man just fell into her lap. She's not going to want it. She's not going to want it, and she's not going to work to keep it. It's going to be good at first, but after a while, she's not going to work to keep it because that man is going to require a lot out of her that she's not going to be willing to do.
So many women, look at her, right? She got the fake hair, fake this, fake that, fake that. She wants to just be someone's first choice. Whose first choice is a girl with fake hair? Come on, let's be real. I accept it. I don't mind girls wearing braids. Right? I don't mind certain hairstyles on black women, but this hairstyle is obviously not yours. It's not attractive. It's not impressive. It's inauthentic. And you want to be somebody's first choice? Come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Anyway, here's another interesting video. Let's see what she has to say.
We got to talk about the podcast mentality. I used to think that whole podcast bro, passport bro, fresh and fit mindset was only on YouTube.
Bruh. I don't know anybody personally who ever watched Fresh and Fit. I've never sat down and watched a Fresh and Fit podcast, bro. But that's who represents the whole entire mindset. Whenever they talk about that space in YouTube is always Fresh and Fit. Taped. Niggas didn't watch them, bro. Not like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro.
But in reality, there's so many men out here who want to tag your women in some way, shape, or form. They want to win every conversation. They want to say something that blows everybody's mind, and everybody points and laughs at the woman, and she feels insecure and her self-esteem is shot. So many men want to see women suffering, and I didn't even realize this myself. I literally mentioned a few videos back how I used to think men were gods. I used to think that, men just struggled so hard that it was tough for them to be nice to women. It was tough for them to treat women like human beings because they work so hard to build this earth, and they work so hard and they just work. But in all actuality, a lot of men just don't have balls. Even if they physically have them in their pants, they don't have the balls to be emotional, to seek emotional depth, to find confidence outside of belittling or intimidating women. And it's always so funny to me because I'm literally my only competition. I don't compete with other women. I don't compete with my family.
But look, where does this word compete keep coming from? Like, who said that? Who said compete? Who brought that word up? The women. They're the only ones that keep bringing that word up. Compete, competition, compete, competition.
I don't compete with anybody in my industry, and especially not men. So anytime I realize I'm in a situation where a man is...
I want to hear what the most successful people have to say about the word competition. Like, the women that got the successful marriages that they really wanted. What's their opinion on competition? People that have successful businesses, successful marriages, that have an abundance of success. What is their opinion on the word competition, on the idea of competing? What do they have to say about that? Because you were in the car talking a bunch of bullshit, but I'm pretty sure you don't got the things that you really want. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing this, right? Like, come on, bro. What do they have to say about competition?
Trying to checkpoint me, tag, you're it. Now you're the loser. You're the one who's speechless. Like, what do you have to say now? You know, that whole energy. I just have to laugh because it's like, dang, you really don't have hobbies. Dang, you really...
Shaming tactic. That's all it is. Is she's throwing subtle jabs to make it sound like you are a loser for challenging her opinions. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to make it sound like you don't have a life because you don't agree with her line of logic.
Don't have nothing else to do but try to fill your ego, fulfill your self-esteem by attempting to intimidate me. You know what I mean?
See, it seems like look at her eyes, bro. You could tell she on that bullshit, bro. You could tell she knows she trying to manipulate. It's just in their eyes, bro. It seems like it's really hard to go through them type of mental gymnastics all the time. To come to these conclusions have to be exhausting. It has to be exhausting to come to these conclusions, bruh.
No, we're not trying to intimidate. See, this is the interesting thing about the whole podcasting thing. And she said she's always on YouTube or whatever. You know, I'm one of the people she's talking about, right? The podcast mentality. They call us podcast bros. They call this is not a podcast. To me, a podcast is when you're interviewing people. This is a YouTube channel. Okay, it's like a TV show. And on this TV show, I react to videos of women saying the most despicable things. Okay? And so let's go line by line some of the things that she said that I thought was interesting and despicable. She said, the podcast mentality is to make fun of women so everyone points at her and laughs at her and her self-esteem is ruined. No, it is not. You think I make these videos to ruin your self-esteem? What do I care about you? First of all, I don't think this video should ruin your self-esteem. It should confirm that where your self-esteem should be. Okay? This idea that so many women talking about they don't compete with women, they don't compete. Yes, you do. You got a crusty, dusty wig, a crunchy wig like the rest of them. Why? Because that's what everyone else is doing. You are competing. In fact, the only thing women do is compete with each other. But then, and if you listen to what they say they don't compete with each other. Yes, you do.
Crusty wig.
Yes, you do. You compete for hairstylists, you know, the wig installer. You compete for all that stuff. All that stuff. Y'all try to get bags that other girls can't get. You think we're stupid? See, the thing about women, they think they could talk to us and we're just going to listen to them and believe everything they say because that's what they do. They believe liars. We don't.
Damn.
You know? And she also says men want to see women suffer. Where do you get any of this stuff?
Right.
First of all, you can't attribute a motive to us or to me. You can't tell me why am I doing this. I'm not doing this because I want to see you suffer. I'm witnessing you suffer and I'm reacting to your suffering. This is not me wanting to witness you suffer.
Yeah, why women think we want to sit around and watch them all the time, even if it's quote unquote suffering? We don't want to see you suffer. We got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you suffer. That just sound dumb, and she knows it. That's why she had that look in her eyes earlier that I pointed out, because she knows this bullshit.
And the reason why we think it's so entertaining as men, why is this content so entertaining? Because the irony in it. You don't have to suffer. You could take out the crusty, crunchy wig, sport your natural hair, become feminine, stop trying to compete with men, and your life will improve. Go get a gym membership. Get you a gym membership. I want to see you win. In fact, I help women win for a living. I'm a personal trainer. Most of my clients are women. I've helped women lose 50 pounds, 20 pounds. How does I want to see women suffer? Yes, suffer doing some workouts, but succeed because of that suffering. Right? So, no, I don't want to see women overall suffer. I want to see them improve their life. And I've helped women improve their life, hundreds of them. Okay? But in this role, I do content reacting to the ridiculous things that women say. She said she also thought that men were gods at one point. That's a good thing. What's wrong with that? I think that's a good thing. Yeah, we built this world. Yeah, you're right with that. And we deserve the gratitude and appreciation for it. But women don't appreciate any of that. They feel entitled to that. And this is where the conflict in dating arises. Women feel entitled to men that are desirable, that work hard to get there. And you guys don't want to work hard. The modern woman is lazy, feminist, masculine, uncooperative, and can't listen to what a man says unless he's lying.
Why they comments say Tyler Perry in the background?
Okay? And they turn around and say that we don't have the balls to be emotionally deep. I don't know what you're talking about, emotional depthness, but it's the idea that we all should be emotionally deep like women. And by the way, women are not emotionally deep. They're emotionally shallow. They're not deep. Men were the deep ones because we could suffer and provide for our family. But if a woman's suffering, she wants to destroy her family. She wants to uproot her family. So I don't want to hear that, this emotional depthness. It is not true. There's no evidence to back that. Anyway, I got a few videos left here. Let's watch.
Bro, I'm already tired of her. She ain't even say nothing yet. Just all that shit on her face, man.
She has to say.
Some men like to act like women are the only ones who pursue a relationship because of what the other person has. But look at this man.
I wouldn't even consider prenup with her. She might have more money than me too, so
You know, she had to dig for this one example. You know what I'm saying? Just to prove her point. That's what women be doing. They find the most obscure example they can to prove the point that they want to prove, dog. But look at this example. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say this about us, but look at this guy. Like, come on, bro.
Person has, but look at this man.
I wouldn't even consider prenup with her. She might have more money than me too, so
Joe? Absolutely. I was married before, so there's assets and things I have from before that he
can't touch.
He won't be able to get.
If I need it, it's there.
Then don't.
I talked about it before, but I'll say it again. A man could love you to itty bitty pieces, but he's always going to consider his finances and his bottom line. What he tried to do in that moment was make her say publicly that she loved him so much she would jeopardize her kids' financial future for him. But she didn't fall for it. Why is it that he believes, as a mere boyfriend, that he should be granted unfettered access to her children's property, money, investments, or any of those things? Those are things that were left to them by their father, her ex-husband. And he's talking about, if I need it, why should you? Why are you even counting those kids' money? But
oh my God. Here you go. Look, this woman is fine.
Look, why does she even care that much? Why does this move her so much? This somebody else's business. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you got anything to do with their money.
damn.
Like, she dug deep for this, bro. I'm pretty sure she spent a significant amount of time on the internet to find that one video that'll prove her point. Her point in her head that makes sense, right?
Actually abusive. And this woman, I've seen her before. She is a life coach, according to this.
But why would you listen to her, though? Look at her, man. She doesn't look desirable. At least not in this frame. First of all, her face is too damn close to the camera. Second, she got too much damn makeup on. Or at least not the right makeup. It looks nasty, bro. It looks like I would get it all on my shirt. You know, like, I don't know, man. Then her mindset just seems to be unattractive overall based off of what I've seen so far. And the only time women get this close to the camera and only show the top hat, only show their head, is when their body is like not the most desirable. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see women on the internet and they only take pictures of their face and you never see their body, that's just a tall tale to let you know she might got a little bit of size to her and it might not be desirable. I'm not saying that it's not desirable to certain people. I'm just saying to most men looking at it, it might not be desirable.
I don't know why women are taking life coaching from an undesirable woman. You see, the reason why my content hits, because people could tell I date attractive women. If I came on here and I looked like I was a dude that could not get what the girls I'm claiming that I'm trying to help men do, they wouldn't follow me. They would make fun of me. You see it all in the comments. You never see in the comments for a reason, okay? Fresh and Fit. The dude Fresh, people roast him all the time because he didn't seem like the guy, okay, that gets the girl. I mean, he gets the girls now because he got the money, he got the status. Shout out to him. But he wasn't that guy before he actually became that guy.
No, the thing about Fresh, why I didn't like him at first is because he seemed like he was trying too hard to be cool. He was trying too hard to be something that he clearly wasn't. And he seemed like a follower and he didn't have a mind of his own. Now, you know what I'm saying? That was my first impression of him. I'm pretty sure he a cool dude, though. I don't know, man. But that was my first impression of him.
Right, on the Fresh and Fit show. I'm just discovering success now, okay? So when people follow me, they believe that I know what I'm talking about, and that's why I got this result. But this is a girl who, she just says what women want to hear, so women follow her. And this is what I'm trying to talk about. Women will love you, they reward you, they will exalt you so long as you tell them what they want to hear. And this is why...
Bro, so women are just listening to anybody that tell them what they want to hear. Not just men. Other women too. Even if the woman doesn't have what they want. I promise you she don't got what you want. And y'all listen to her because what she says tickles your ears is what you want to hear.
Lie. This is why she's lying. This is why other people lying. This is why it happens, okay? This is exactly why it happens. Anyway, we got another clip here. Let's listen to what she has to say.
I take pride in knowing that my home is a safe haven and my son is able to be at peace in his home and know that he is safe because ain't no man in here. Even if he is my man, I don't believe in a man spending the night at my house or being overly at my house. Like, this is a space for myself and my child. And I wouldn't be able to sleep peacefully at night knowing a man is in my home and up and down and in and out and round and round and making noises and rummaging through here and walking through here. I just would not be able to sleep. And when my head hits the pillow at night, I am able to sleep peacefully.
She doesn't sound like a source of peace, bruh. She don't sound like peace, bro.
Knowing that my son is sleeping peacefully. And even if that man is a good man or has good qualities and character, you can never be too sure and you can never be too comfortable. And the nighttime is just when all kind of shit can happen. And I don't want no man in my house at night. Go home. I take pride in knowing that.
So she takes pride in how stupid she sounds. This is what happens when you're a single mom and you might have a good job, you could buy a house, and you think you just don't need a man because you got the wallet, and because for you a man is just a wallet. Until someone breaks into your house and then you call the cops and you're assuming that men are gonna show up to save you. The problem with this idea is that women don't need men directly because they have men indirectly. That's what happens in these environments. In this environment in America, women are spoiled because they have access to men without having to be with a man, live with a man, you know what I'm saying, and be submitted to a man. So you got men by extension. So you keep complaining about men, this, men, that. If your house is on fire, I know you're going to call 911. I know you hope a bunch of firemen show up. Okay? But she says her son is at peace at home because there's no man in the house. Where's his father? See, the problem with a lot of women talking like this is that the assumption is that life can be had without men, but you couldn't even create your son without a man. So why do you think if it required another man to create the son,
and then he gonna grow up around his mama only, that man, that son is gonna eventually become a man. He didn't have an example of a man in the house, bro. Just a mama that moves in fear. Cause all the shit she said sounds like fear, dog. And unpeaceful, bro. And she probably spoiled that little nigga too. That nigga probably got 2 PlayStation 5s. You know what I'm saying? Put them together. He the only nigga with a PlayStation 10 right now, bro. Like, come on, bro.
You no longer need him after the son is birthed. This is the delusion that women are in. They fall into this and they get online and women exalt them and they think they're so smart because people are confirming their nonsense. People are affirming your nonsense. They're going to exalt you because they want that to be true, that you don't need a man, the center man. We heard all about it. You guys keep running around.
But even the whole decenter men conversation is still centered around men because the whole conversation is about men. It's about not needing men. And that's a crazy ass conversation. Cause why? Why do y'all want to prove so much that y'all don't need us? Where does that even come from? That has to be some type of demon. That has to be a demon. That sounds like the work of the devil, bro. You want to prove so much that you don't need us? That's crazy, bro. Nobody else is doing that. That's crazy, bro.
Talking about decentering us. Just do it and move on. Stop talking about us. Stop talking about us.
That part.
Right? I don't want a dissenter woman. I don't go around saying dissenter woman, dissenter woman. That sounds gay to me. If you're in jail, you're a dissentering woman because you're not going to be around women. No man wants to be in jail for that exact reason. You're no longer around women. So we don't hate women, but we call out and we hold them accountable when they say stupid shit. When they say bullshit, this is bullshit. And this is actually a thought disease that's spreading like wildfire. So we got to nip it in the butt. Anyway, this last clip is pretty interesting. Let's listen to what she has to say.
They ain't too hungry in this bitch.
People know who you are going to be or who you are before you even know who you're going to be or even know who you are or even your like capability. They can see your aura. Even without really even knowing you, they just know who you are. They can feel it. It's your presence. It's your energy. Energy meets people before you even meet people. And people can tell if you're going to be something important before you even know that you're going to be something important.
Nah, that sounds like a lot of assumptions being made.
You might be wondering, like, why is this person, like, acting weird? Why are they this so weird? Like, every time I'm around them, they're always just acting weird. They know who you're going to be. People know who...
Ain't nobody thinking about you like that. Bro, nobody's paying that much attention to you, bro. Unless you a pretty girl, then they only paying attention to you for that. They not thinking in their head, oh, she's going to be something great one day. Not unless you, like, showing signs of it, like you doing really well at your job or you doing really well in school and they see you studying all the time. Every time they see you got your head in a book. But other than that, if they just see you in passing and if you just so happen to be attractive, that's all they focus on. They're not thinking, oh, you're going to be something special one day. That's weird, bro. And as a dude, nobody really paying that much attention to you anyway.
You are before you even know who you are. You might not even think that you're anything special.
That's what these girls really be thinking every day in their head, that people are just paying them so much attention. Like, that we really thinking about her future? That's what they be thinking? What goes through the mind of a woman's... What goes through in the mind of a woman on a day-to-day basis, bro? Especially an attractive woman. Like, their heads really be in the clouds. They really think people care that much what they think or what their future looks like. Like, that's crazy, bro. When you really think about that, that's how they think and operate every day. Come on.
Not even think that you're attractive or you're cute. You might not even think that you're anyone for anyone to hate on. Being jealous of somebody's energy and someone's aura is a real thing. We are spirits having a human experience. That's it. We are spirits inside of a body. People are communicating on a spiritual level, on an energetic level, before they communicate in a physical level. Most of our
So I like what she's saying. She's talking about how we're spiritual beings having a human experience. I agree with that, but here's a problem with that. Okay, and they talk about this in the Bible. People are gonna start looking at good as evil and evil as good, and this is exactly what's happening right now. As soon as the idea that people know you, who you become, who you are, I don't think people see people clearly. I don't think people see the world clearly. Like, I'm plant-based, and I'm going to talk about this real quickly. I think, and I don't eat meat anymore. I used to eat meat. But I think it's crazy to think about it now that we feed our children milk, the cow's milk. I had a friend that found out his son was allergic to cow's milk. And I thought to myself, why wouldn't he be? Yeah. Why do we give our newborn children the milk of a cow? You would never take your child's milk and put on the udder of a cow, but that's exactly where the milk's coming from. You'd be grossed out by it. You'd be you wouldn't do it because you feel like the cow could step on your child. Like, you would never.
Bro, I started drinking milk a long time ago, man.
Go through that process, but you'll let someone take the milk from a cow, put it in a container, you know what I'm saying, put some ingredients in it, boil it, do all the different stuff to it, repackage it for you, and, you know what I'm saying, dehydrate it into a powder, you put water into it, and you want to serve it to your child. It makes no sense to me. We eat dead animals 3 times a day expecting life, expecting health. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, but everyone views it this way. And I'm one of the few people. I'm one of the few people who are plant-based. I'm one of the few people that can look at the world and say, gee, we're all going one direction, but it doesn't make any sense. And in the Bible, we talks about how right is right, even if nobody's doing it, and wrong is wrong, even if everybody's doing it. Yeah. And so this idea that people are going to know you before who you are, and energy meets people before people meet people, I get it, but the reality of it is people are deceived all the time. People are heading in the wrong way. We have the Democrats, we have Republicans. Both of them believe that they're true, but clearly somebody's wrong. But they believe it with all their might, deep down inside. So, you know, when it comes to you being great or successful, whatever it is, a lot of people won't see your success before you become successful. I know a lot of people right now, they see me becoming successful, having success on YouTube, and I personally believe that they're in denial about it. They don't want me to succeed. Like they're trying to tune it out, right? And prior to that, I think when I told people I was going to be successful on YouTube, because that's what I did. I told people, hey, I'm going to make it on YouTube way before I made it. No one believed me until they couldn't deny it anymore. That's when people are going to believe you when you cannot be denied anymore. They're not going to believe you on your way up, especially for men. They're not going to believe you're going to make it there. It has to be a situation where it's obvious. Either you're playing a sport and you're getting scouted. It's something like that where it's okay, it's perceivable, okay? But something like a big dream that you're going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Because, by the way, a lot of YouTubers are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month making videos like this. I know, it sounds wild, right? And that's why I'm working so hard on this. Okay?
Yeah.
But I can give you guys advice.
Bro, I would love to be in that position, man. I'm on the way, bro. I'm on the way, man. And it's crazy because I done asked so many people for help and nobody want to help me, bro. But I bet that'll change when they see me start being successful, man. What these comments talking about, bro? When she says she doesn't compete, she really means she can't compete. Damn. When you are led by feelings and emotions, you're susceptible to fall for lies and manipulations. And women don't lie? ? What a goofball. L take on eating plants versus dead things. Nah, there's some truth to that, but still though. But look, man, y'all like the video. Like, like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Y'all be safe. I'm out.
Bruh, you recording?